Audi has finally deemed North America worthy of receiving an entry-level luxury car. I call it the A3, and so do they. What a coincidence. Now Audi, being a smart company owned by Volkswagen, well, sometimes they are, they decided to use a platform that they already have. Now on the previous generation A3, they used the Mark IV Jetta and Golf and Beetle, but now the all-new 2006 A3 receives the Mark V Jetta and Golf platform. There is but one engine available right now, however, very shortly there will be another, and the engine in my tester is a 2-liter turbo FSI, which develops 200 horsepower and 207 pound-feet of torque. The other engine, shared with the A4 and the A6, is the 3.2-liter V6, which develops 250 horsepower. Base price for the A3 is $32,950. You can equip it fully to the top, to the brim, for $48,400. You still don't have the V6, you still don't have Quattro. So think about that for a second. Now the one I'm testing retails for $39,650, and the key element here is that Dsg Transmission, direct shift gearbox. It is unbelievable. It has rendered a manual transmission obsolete, in my opinion, and when left in automatic mode is actually a better automatic transmission than your run-of-the-mill slush box. On the road, the A3 has a very keen driving dynamics. And the reason for that, I just mentioned the fact that it has a brand new chassis. Well, it's very stiff. There is no flex. There are no rattles inside the car. It rides and handles impressively. Lateral grip is very strong, even when equipped with the winter tires. One of my other favorite things are the brakes. They are incredibly strong. The binders grip down on those discs with so much power, you're thinking that you're going to go flying right through the windshield. It's impressive. I love it. If I get back to that Dsg transmission, not only can it work in a manual mode and an automatic mode, but when you do downshift, now the left-hand paddle is for downshift and the right-hand paddle is for the upshift. When you do downshift, the way it's programmed is that the throttle will blip. So that means that your revs will be matched, transmission and engine, for a smooth downshift. It feels great. It sounds amazing. I'm loving it. The cabin of the A3 is another one of those cabins that is just beautifully put together and amazingly well assembled. Even in some areas where the plastics are a little bit cheaper, they actually feel nice, but you can tell that they're cheaper. So go Audi, I love it. The dashboard is actually reminiscent of the old TT. Well, not the old TT, but the TT that's actually available now, which will soon be replaced. It's very nice. I love the layout. Now, if there's one thing that does bother me about the interior of the TT, actually there's a couple. The first is the center console. It's very wide at the bottom. So my knee, even if I'm not shifting or really backing off the gas pedal, because it's just not possible in this car, it kind of bugs the top of my knee and it kind of rubs against my bone. I find that annoying. Whatever, maybe if you're a different stature, different height, it won't bother you so much. The other one is the buttons. All the controls for the radio, the HVAC, have a very heavy, plasticky feel to them. I'm actually disappointed. I expected something nicer, more luxurious feeling from Audi, even in their entry-level model. But otherwise, if you can get over that, well, there's really nothing wrong. The paddles, in my opinion, maybe a little bit too small, but whatever, they work very nicely. Now, my biggest gripe with the interior of the Audi, with this Dsg transmission, is the shifter. It looks like a vulgar automatic transmission shifter, the same one you'd find in anything equipped with a Tiptronic. I would just maybe suggest that Audi, to increase the desirability of the look of the Dsg transmission, potentially use something like BMW's SMG switch, or, well, you know, I'm dreaming, but maybe like Ferrari's Cambrio or Maserati's Cambrio Corsa switch. It's very, very nice. Otherwise, the seat's very comfortable. Room is a little bit tight, but it'll do fine for 4 adults. The trunk is very well finished, roomy as well. It's a beautiful, I love this. It's Audi, it's Volkswagen, they always do a good job. To sum up the A3 without again mentioning the fact that the Dsg transmission, which is a twin clutch setup, is impressive, would be pointless. This car is built to be driven, as most Audis are. The only thing that I regret really having driven this car is that it doesn't have the Quattro all-wheel drive, which is obviously legendary and is actually celebrating 25 years of being in existence at Audi. Now, I love driving, and if you do too, there are very few other cars in the entry-level luxury field that will feel as good as this one. The only one really that I can think of is the BMW 3 Series. There are very big differences between the two models. Obviously this one is a hatchback, but otherwise, as far as driving dynamics are concerned, this one is tops. Now perhaps one of the bigger concerns with the Audi products and Volkswagen in general is that their build quality, however good, still lacks when it comes to reliability. Electrical difficulties, they still do exist, and I really wish that Volkswagen and Audi, and Porsche for that matter, will actually look into that and really get rid of them, because they're tarnishing something that is otherwise very, very impressive.